Hello, good evening. Still, we are having few students. We'll wait for some more minutes, okay?
Okay, madam.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, still 9 students. What shall we do? Should we start? Can you remember how many students are there in your batch? Is it around 25, 30? You have no idea. Is that so?
5 or 30.
Yeah, anyhow, we can't waste time also. So, I hope you all can remember. Last time we started unit number 2. Can I show it to you here? Okay. Unit number 2, under that, education as a social subsystem. Classification of agencies of education, formal and informal. And school as agents of education. These 3 topics we completed. If I show you, them quickly. So these are the slides we did. Education as a social subsystem. Okay. And then we got to know education and society. Sociology, or else education and society, they are interdependent. That's what we got to know. I am just summarizing what we did last time. And then education performs a certain task for society, for the sake of society, okay? Or else for society, education performs some task. And some of them are socialization, training and skill development, social mobility, selection and allocation, social control. Okay, so we discussed them. And then we discuss structure of education as a subsystem. Okay, so we know education is a subsystem of society. And the structure of that subsystem is something similar to that. The schools, universities are there, curriculum, the plural form curricula, It's there. Then teachers and students are there. Educational policies and regulations are there. Okay. And then how education influence society, we discuss in detail. And then we discuss classification of uh, agencies of education. So then we got to know there are two classifications: formal education and informal education. Hope you can remember. That's the same topic. Formal education, the characteristics of formal education we discuss. In formal education, there is a structured curriculum. An institutional setting is there. That means classrooms, schools, institutions. And then hierarchical structure is there. Students, teachers, sectional heads, vice principals, principals, just like that. And then credentialing. Hope you can remember. The credentialing means in this formal setting, we are awarding diplomas, degrees, certificates. And formal education is time bound. Okay, maybe school education in Sri Lanka is for 13 years. When you are following diploma, maybe 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 year, 2.5 year, degree, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, like that. An evaluation system under formal education is very standardized, very methodical. And then we talk about informal education. They are unstructured learning. There's no curriculum. Experimental learning is there. And informal education is a lifelong process. Even though formal education is time bound, informal education is lifelong. Until we die, we learn things from informal education. And it's a self-directed learning. Normally, formal education is teacher-directed learning actually. And there are no credentials under informal education. We are not given certificates. And it's a contextual learning. That means very practical. So, formal learning may be a bit artificial, but informal learning is not like that. And then we compare both. Okay. So at last we got to know we can't say one formal education is okay or informal education is okay, but what we can know is both are equally important. Okay. So do you have any questions regarding it? Hari. Okay. If you do not have issues regarding it, we'll go to next topic. That is schools as agent of education, home as an agent of education. Did we discuss school? Yes, that we discussed it. I can remember. No. Hari, okay, just tell me whether we did the topic here 2.2.2. Did we do that? Refresh your memory. What's your opinion? Did we do that? Answer. Let me show you. Hari, okay, we'll start here. You just read schools as agents of education. Okay. Uh, Schools, they are very important agents of education. We know it. And schools are playing a very important role in the field of education because schools prepare individuals ready for society. Okay, schools come under formal education. The schools belong to formal education and they supply knowledge, skills, values to students. Okay, that's something we all know. And schools play many roles. Okay, we'll see what they are. Okay, so schools supply knowledge and skills to students. And for that, schools are having curricula. And so think about Sri Lankan school system. In all government schools, the same curriculum is practiced. And the curriculum contains different subjects. Okay, so then when we think about grade 1, students, they have different subject, grade 2, grade 3, O level, A level, different streams. Okay. So then schools lay the foundation for students' knowledge and skills. Okay, that we all have to accept. So later, based on that foundation, the students will enhance their personal and professional development. But base is school. In a way, this subject is very easy. The reason is this contains lots of practical things. I feel the questions you can answer at the exam through your general knowledge actually. So here, uh, when we think about school and its instructional methods, teachers are the ones who give instruction to students. To teach students, teachers are using diverse instructional methods. That means different teaching styles because the students are also having different learning style and abilities. Okay, when students are having different learning style, it's not fair for a teacher to use one or two teaching style. So teacher should use various instructional methods. At the same time, schools supply learning resources. So learning resources, it includes libraries, laboratories, technology related places like labs, IT labs, multimedia materials. Okay, so just like that. Then mass media related things. Just like that, school provide uh, resources for the students. Okay, but we discuss up to now schools with reference to giving knowledge and skills. The second one, socialization and cultural transmission. Okay, when it comes to socialization and cultural transmission, see what schools are doing. Schools teach students social norms, values, and ethics. Okay, so other than subject matters, schools teach students social norms. There are some social norms which are very important for students to learn. And then social values, that means what is correct, what is wrong, and also ethics. And as a whole, schools make students ready and for society. So then schools make students responsible persons. Okay, so not only social norms and values, cultural knowledge is imparted to students by schools. So from school, students will get to know about cultural heritage, tradition, and knowledge. And also civic engagement. The civic engagement means how to work together, how to participate, then They will tell about rights and responsibilities of citizens. All these things are given to the students by schools. So that can be considered under socialization and cultural transmission. Okay, next we'll go to the other topic. The topic is personal and social development. Personal and social development. See what it is. Hope you are reading. Personal and social development. So, see, social skills. So, we all are social beings. We are part of society. To live in society, we need to have social skills. The skills like communication, how to communicate, how to pass your message to others, cooperation, how to work together for one purpose, conflict resolution, when there are problems, how to resolve them. And these things are very necessary social skills. In schools, students are getting knowledge about these skills. Sometimes maybe through curriculum, sometimes maybe through interaction. And emotional intelligence. That means we human beings, we have emotional aspect. And that's very, very important. So we should be emotional to a certain extent. It should not go to the extreme. So we should feel others' happiness, sadness. Okay, when one is in sad mood, other students should recognize it actually. When one is in sad mood, if others are enjoying, it's something problematic. Okay, so in school setup, the students will be getting emotional intelligence. They understand each other and they manage emotions. So even though one gets angry, they will not show it because they cannot show it in school. They have to control it. And building relationships, and they can navigate social situations. Okay, school is also in a way a sub society. And then character development. So, as a whole, school develop students' characters, and uh, they will pay students attention. They will drag students' attention to character traits like honesty, integrity, empathy. Okay, so schools will train students to be honest, and the school will tell students to work with integrity and work with empathy. So when students are getting these qualities, they will be well-rounded individuals. That means well-suited individuals to society. Okay, so these things are happening in school setup. We don't differentiate them separately, but as a whole, all these things are happening within school setup. Okay, if you have a doubt, if you have any other opinion, you can present them. Hi. The fourth one, preparation for the workforce. Just see. Okay, we'll see. Schools prepare students to be employees. That is the meaning of preparation for the workforce. So students will not be in school forever. So once they complete school education, they have to leave the school. So after leaving the school, students should join the workforce of the country, of the world. So for that, the school is also contributing a lot. So schools tell students about their suitable career opportunities. Relevant career counseling, career guidance will be supplied by the school. And from the knowledge gained from the school, students themselves can decide what is my career goal? What area suits me to carry on my career? Okay, just like that. And not all schools, some schools provide vocational training for students. Okay, I don't know about Sri Lankan school. Okay, yes, some schools there may be. And they give vocational training for students. And at the same time, school curriculum will develop students' critical thinking, problem solving, communication skill. And these skills directly related to students' strength for workforce. That means these qualities are needed for students to be employed, workforce readiness. Let's see whether something more is there. Okay, one more. There are many more. Hurry. Okay. Fifth one, social mobility and equity. Yeah, just read. It was talking, it is muted. Okay. Social mobility and equity. So, Under this equal opportunities. So then in school setup, all students are considered equal. And there may be students from different backgrounds, different socio-economic background. Okay? But still, inside the school, all are same. Then bridging the gap. So students may be from different social group, but school provides them quality education. So we have already discussed this. Because of that education, those who are with very poor social background, they can come up in society. So education bridge the gap. So there are social classes and education bridges the gap. That means because of education, social status can be changed. And then empowerment, we have discussed this also. Schools give power to students with knowledge, skills, enabling them to improve their social and economic prospects. Okay, so knowledge is power. Okay, so but it should should be some more part to be added. Knowledge is power when it is used, actually, practically used. Okay, so then that is how school help social mobility and equity. And the last fact under school. Okay, we'll see innovation and progress. So then innovations, you know what innovation is. That means something which was not there early. When people found new things, that is an innovation. Progress, you know. So, school contributes to innovation and progress because school encourage students to develop their critical thinking, creativity, and that will automatically support innovation. The creativity is something very, very important. So, knowledge is not that the critical thinking is more powerful than knowledge actually. And then research and development. So, education, school education, formal education contribute to research and development. That means not school setup. I don't think school children they are doing research. Maybe very many projects, but universities the research are done in grand scale. And then adaptability. So society changes and school adapts according to the changing society. That means schools also changes according to the changes of society. And there are technological changes, pedagogical approaches. Pedagogical means teaching approaches. Okay, according to the society, the school also changes. Harry, okay. Harry, so let me remind what we did. So what we did discuss under 6 point is actually multiple roles placed by schools. Knowledge and skill acquisition, socialization and cultural transmission, personal and social development, preparation for the workforce, social mobility and equity, innovation and progress. Okay, is that clear to you? Any questions? Okay, you people are not talking. Is that so? And if you don't talk, the disadvantage is for you. Okay, nothing harm will happen to me. Hari, I'm going to start the next section. Factors influencing schools as agencies of education. Okay, just read. So now we know uh, school is an agent of formal education. So now we'll see what factors affect it. See, okay. Factors influencing schools as agents of education. So these are the factors which affect quality of teachers. So that is an obvious factor. The quality of teaching and teacher training both, because quality teachers cannot be there just because there should be a mechanism to make teachers very quality teachers. Okay, so anyhow, when there are no quality of teachers, uh, the school cannot be very effective. The effectiveness of school setup will go down when teachers are not having the expected quality. So then other thing is lack of well-designed curriculum and lack of access to adequate resources. They are also very crucial problems which reduce the effectiveness of schools. That means a lack of well-designed curriculum and lack of adequate resources. And the other thing is school leadership. So when the leadership of the school goes to a wrong person, that means principal, simple way. So it is just like a ship. If a school is a ship, principal should be the captain. Okay. So when the captain is a wrong person, the ship will wreck in the ocean. Same thing will happen to schools also. Factors influencing schools as agents of education. Let me check whether there are some more factors. Hari, okay. Actually, we can see a less involvement of parents in modern society. Yes, correct. Parents' involvement, very good comment. Actually, I like if you comment like this, then I feel you are concerning. Parental involvement and support play. Yes, it's very, very important uh, to have parents who involve and support the school system. But as you mentioned, nowadays maybe parents are very busy. One reason is I'm not justifying. And at the same time, as you told, parents they don't want to involve in school in task and all these things. But actually, parents' involvement, that means parents' interest is very, very important for the effectiveness of school. And not only parents, community engagement. So there are some schools which actively engage in community, with community. And so they will be benefited from resources and support. Isolated schools which do not have any connection with society, they will not be benefited from additional resources and support. Okay, so this is almost like the conclusion. You just read. Okay, here you can see the summary. Summary is actually the what we discuss in detail. Okay, so I feel I need not to explain this. It's very simple. Okay, so school as an agent of formal education. That's what we discuss. We have a lot. There are many sub areas that we can discuss. Okay. Now we are moving to a new topic, that is home as an agency of education. Now tell me whether it is formal or informal. School, formal. Home,
Informal.
Informal.
informal. Yes, home, informal. Okay, just read. Did you receive your assignment question?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
madam,
Okay.
not yet.
Ah, okay. For other subjects, did you get?
Still not yet, madam.
Okay, okay. So then we'll have one assignment questions on school or this topic. Okay, I'll prepare one and send it. Okay. Home as an agency of education. Okay, so uh, we all start learning at home first. That is an accepted thing, actually. So we can directly say home plays a foundational role in education. Okay, that is the home is the first learning environment that we all experience. And without our knowledge, our home environment shapes our personality, our belief, and values long before we enter school setup. Okay, so we all have that experience. Okay, just see. Okay, so home contributes a lot to early childhood development. As we already discussed, it lays the foundation for learning. So then at home only, the students will start developing cognitive means brain, social and emotional development. The child start these things at home. And child learn languages first at home. Mother tongue. So basic skills child acquire at home. Okay, with that knowledge only, the child enters school. Okay, so here I would like to tell there were two theories. One is passivism, other one is constructivism. Under the theory passivism, it is believed students' heads are empty. When students go to school, their heads were considered empty. What teachers are doing, filling these empty vessels with knowledge. So then later, that theory was rejected. The constructivism came, and constructivism believes students' heads are not empty. When they enter school, they already contain knowledge in their brains which they got from home. That's why I remembered it. So according to constructivism, what teachers are doing is constructing new knowledge on existing knowledge. Okay, so that knowledge, the initial knowledge is taken from home. And the home environment is a very loving, nurturing environment, very supportive. Because the parents, relations, siblings are there. So they have a sense of love, support, security, belonging. Okay. So the home environment is very important for child's uh, health as well as physical and mental development. Okay. Early learning experiences. The students gain their very first learning experience at home. So they are the teachers of the parents, actually. Parents, adults, caregivers, they play the role of a teacher. So then, the parents read for small children. Parents sing for them. Parents play for them. And all these things stimulate, the meaning? Stimulate the curiosity of students. And that curiosity will assist academic success. Okay, so then at home, parents are also having a huge responsibility for children's education. Okay, what we discuss is number one. Shall I highlight them? Then you can easily see it. When I share it, I will do it. Huh? Okay, so then this is what we discuss. Now we are going to discuss this. Hi, okay. Read that part. Okay. Socialization and values. So we are going to discuss how home environment contribute to socialization and values. So then the primary socialization of the child occurs at home. So then from family members, father, mother, siblings, relatives, the child start learning social norms, what is correct, what is wrong, and the child learns acceptable behavior. So that depends on parents and others also. If parents are not having acceptable behavior, child cannot have them. So that is why parents' behavior, parents' values, norms are very important for the child. If parents are not having, of course, a child also will not have them. And then cultural transmissions. So there are different cultures, Sinhalese, Tamil, Muslim cultures. Okay, so then a child born to a Sinhalese family will follow Sinhala culture. Child born to a Muslim family will follow Muslim culture, Tamil culture, just like that. Because family transmits culture. And then moral development. Okay, that should be done by parents and caregivers. The moral development means the parents should convince the child what honesty is, what respect is, what responsibility is. Okay, not in bigger scale. According to the child's mentality, the parents, caregivers should give ideas about the importance of being honest, then taking responsibilities, live in respectable manner, all these things, moral development. Honey. So the next one. let me highlight this. The third factor. Fourth one also I'll highlight. Okay, read emotional and psychological development. Okay. Emotional and psychological development. How home environment contribute to this. Emotional security. So we know all children, even adults, they are very comfortable at home. They have a high feeling of security at home, especially small children. So then at home, students will be very confident and they will explore the world around them actually. So then the home environment supplies high emotional security to the children. And self-esteem, that means it's equal to self-respect. In Sinhala we call Atmagaurave. Positive reinforcement and encouragement from family members contribute to child self-esteem. Okay, so then the parents, family members, they should develop self-esteem of the child. And then resilience. You know what resilience? The ability to bear rough things. So the family should teach them. So nowadays there is a doubt whether Parents are making students ready for resilience because whatever student ask, parents give. So they will not practice resilience. Okay, so then we should give challenges to students, children. So through challenges, only facing challenges, they will learn resilience. Okay, next. Lifelong learning. Okay, lifelong learning. And earlier also we got to know formal education is time bound, but informal education is lifelong. Home is also coming under informal education. So it is a kind of lifelong learning. The curiosity and exploration. Actually, it should be generated by parents and caregivers. When parents and caregivers foster curiosity, uh, uh, and exploration and questioning, the students will continue with. And then modeling learning. So then we know we all have that experience. If you are having children, you also may do the same thing. The parents act the role of a model. The parents will be a model for students, children. Yes, adults in the home, they model lifelong learning by engaging their own education. Yes, that's why we say the parent should read in front of children, and then children will read. So while parents are having smartphone in their hands, they cannot expect their children to take books into their hands. Okay, so parents, they have to be models. And educational support. So home provides support for children's education. That's an obvious thing. So nowadays, the parental support, educational support is understood as doing homework by parents. It's not the support actually. Then helping homework is okay, but doing homework for children, it's something else. And attending school events, and more than that, creating a conducive, very supportive learning environment. Hari. Next one. Yeah, let me highlight individualized learning. Hari, okay. Yeah, I'm waiting until you read. Okay, individualized learning. That means at home, child will be getting a type of individualized learning, and he will not get it at school up to that level, because in school setup the teacher is having not only one student, nearly 50 students in the class. But at home, child is paid unique attention needs. So then personalized attention and support is given to the child at home. And then, child's strength and interest are understood properly by parents. The child's strength, interest, that is clearly understood by family members, and then they encourage the child to achieve them. And then home environment, the family members offers diverse learning opportunities for the child. So that happens, diverse learning opportunities for the child. Okay, so then they may be taking child from place to place. Maybe here the example is museum. The parents will take child to the museum, or maybe to Sunday fair. Opportunities actually. Okay, factors influencing the home as an agency of education. Okay, factors influencing the home as an agency of education. The parenting style. Parenting style means the parents looking after the child. Okay, so there may be different parental style. Some parents are very authoritative, and then some parents are very friendly. Okay, so then the parenting style affects uh, the home effectiveness of home as an agency of education. Whether parents are supportive, whether they give clear expectation, all these things. and socio-economic status that also affect uh, home as an agency of education and its success. Actually, even though parents are willing to support the child, if they can't have time to stay with the child because of family problems, socio-economic problems, so then the child will not get the proper one, but parents are also helpless. Can't understand what is that. Okay, here. This is almost like the summary. I think this conclusion can be understood by you. And we'll go to the next one. Hari. Role of education as an instrument of social change. Hari, okay, that simply read. I'm not going to explain. That is simple. Okay, so that is understood. I'm not explaining because it's very easy. How does the home function as a crucial agency of education? That we discussed. This is twice emotional and psychological development, lifelong learning. Same thing. I have to adjust these slides and oh my God, why it is once I am pressing something else. Okay, I will. Here, non-formal agencies. Okay. So non-formal agencies education, yeah, complementing and supplementing formal education. Okay, so then here, but you can understand, we cannot say it is only the formal education which supply proper education, not the non-formal education. It's not like that, both. So then non-formal agencies, they provide diverse learning opportunities for students. Okay, we'll see here. We'll understand this thing, Hari. Okay, what is the message, ma'am? Can you please tell us the examples of non-formal educational programs? Yeah, okay, I will tell. Non-formal educational programs are there under NGOs, vocational training institutes. There are community centers, and there are some volunteer programs. They can be considered as what is this? Yeah, non-formal agencies. Hi, okay. So non-formal education refers to organized and structured learning activities that occur outside the formal education system. Okay, it can be easily understood. Non-formal education refers to organized and structured structured learning activities which occur outside the formal education system. And they are actually, some of them are voluntarily doing it in flex, and the flexibility is there, and it's learner centered. Okay, here. See the characteristics. Okay, so here you can see key characteristics of non-formal agencies. And they are also organized and structured. Okay, so just like formal education structures like schools, they are also organized and structured. And non-formal education programs have defined curriculum. They have a curriculum, learning objectives, assessment methods, but all are there. But they are there in a little uh, um, light way. That means in schools, these things are very strong. But under non-formal agencies, they are not that strong. And they are compulsory participation is not there. So school education, it's compulsory for all children below particular age to go to school. And not sending children to school is some uh, real mistake actually that can be legally punished. But non-formal agencies, it's not like that. If you want only, you can go there. The flexibility is there. Non-formal education is very flexible. The arrangements, accommodating different schedules. So flexibility is there. Harry. Okay, here also there will be examples. See, Okay, here, non-formal agencies, they are learner-centered. Okay, that means giving priority to learners. But school, we are talking about learner-centered method, but when it is practice, actually teacher is the center. And then non-formal agencies are community-based. So then these organizations, NGOs for non-government organizations, their main focus is communities. And then they will cater local needs and priorities. And then they pay more attention to practical skills actually rather than theoretical knowledge. Non-formal agencies, they supply the participants practical knowledge. Okay, here there are examples for the question you ask. Harry, okay. Types of non-formal agencies, community centers. That means community centers, uh, there are community centers even in Sri Lanka. Okay, so they offer variety of educational programs. I don't know whether you have heard at village level there is a place called Nanasala or something like that. I have heard of it. Okay. So then they are supplying some vocational training and sometimes health education, not necessarily, but there are some community centers, maybe hospital attached to hospitals like that. And then NGOs and non-profits organizations provide educational programs, a focus on specific issues, maybe environmental awareness, human rights, community development, but they are different from the curriculum at school. And then libraries and museums, library, yes, offer educational resources. Then if you take Colombo Public Library, they conduct workshops, they conduct educational programs. So all these things are examples for non-formal educational agencies. There are some more. Just have a look. Hari, okay. Now it is 8:30 fast. Youth clubs and organizations are examples for non-formal agencies. Online learning platforms. Okay, so they are also so what we when we are conducting this lecture, this is also coming under accordingly non-formal agencies of education. So we don't know whether you are in front of the device or not. So if you like, only you can join them. And adult education centers are examples for them. And then vocational training institutes, just like that, there are lots of examples for non-formal agencies of education. Where we stop? Something happened here. Let me check whether. Hari, okay. Hari. So that is the end of these slides. and that section is over, we'll start a new section. And then for today we'll stop, and I will share this slide in your group, 2 groups. Shall we wind up the session here?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, then good night and have a nice day. I will share the stuff, okay?
Thank you,
Okay,
madam.
madam.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you, madam. Good night.